Hey everyone, this is Daniel, and today I am really excited to talk to you about the new PowerPlat Summit North America, which is coming up next month. By next month, I really mean it's October. So, a couple of things that I want to point out about this conference or this summit is key things that you guys should know, besides the fact that you need to go and register for it. I kind of want to give you a good outline of what this summit's all about, specifically from a Power Platform standpoint. So let's dive into it. One of the things is in the conference itself, just to give you an overview, this is a place where it's one of the Power Platform conferences that you want to attend over here, because the sessions over here are covered by, besides just the Microsoft product groups, MVPs, subject matter experts. They are the ones to cover those sessions over there. In addition, there are also a lot of pre-conference workshops that you want to consider. And then one of the best things which I love about any conferences is a place to do peer-to-peer knowledge exchange. So in addition, about the conference itself, this time it's going to take place in two separate locations. And I don't mean that they are two separate conferences. It's just that the conference is so big that they had to break down the audience into two separate locations. But about those locations, they're actually at the Carib Royal Orlando Hotel, and then also the one right next to it, which is the Gaylord Palms Resort and Convention Center. Now, the planning committee has done a fantastic job that they've gone ahead and made sure there's enough shuttle services, and the services and the shuttles got constant rotations from each other, so you don't have to do any of the walking or any be concerned about that. They've taken care of all the transportations, so you don't have to worry about it. But the one thing that I do want to call out is the registration. So when it comes to the registration, these are the times, dates, and the locations, and it really helps because if you want to go ahead and register ahead of time, especially if you're going to do the pre-conference one, then you want to make use of these registration schedules that are available at the different locations. So I will have all these dates and times available even in the description below, but kind of pay a close attention to this over here. In addition, there's a few key things that you want to know because they're fun and exciting. There is the option to win a Microsoft Xbox One S, and these are for those who registered for the pre-conference academy training workshop, and also those who signed up for the boot camp before September 6th. So if you are interested in that, definitely go ahead and consider this. In addition, there's also the pre-conference workshops, which are on October 14th and 15th, and I'll spend a little bit more time on that. So, key things about any conferences is always the keynote opening sessions, and this time you have two great people who are doing that. So the opening session is on Wednesday, October 16th. It's at 8 a.m. in the morning, and the two people who are going to cover that is Mohammed and Charles. So as you know, Mohammed and Charles, one is the general manager of Dynamics 365, and the other one is the low-code applications platforms over there. So personally, I am really looking forward to this opening session over there. So I highly recommend that you guys plan on doing that as well. All right. So now that I've covered these key things over there, let's spend a little bit more time on the workshop that I'm going to do. So my workshop specifically is the one I'll be covering, which is the PowerApps flow and the Power BI integration piece over here, and it's a 2-day workshop. It's going to be October 14th and the October 15th. And this is just a overview of what I'll be covering over here. At the end of the day, it all boils down to my students and what are their needs over there. So if you guys have signed up for my workshops, then I will be sending you like a little survey information just so that I can understand you guys and what are the things that you are interested in and what is your agenda or what you would like the agenda to be for these workshops over here. And so that's why I just want to give you an overview. As you can see, that we'll be covering a lot because we've got 2 days. So one of the beauties of 2 days is we can actually slow down first. This doesn't have to be a very intense workshop. At the same time, we are covering a lot over here. Primary focus is going to be on the Canvas apps. So we will go ahead and design, and I'll actually walk you through some of the situations that I've seen in the real world scenario. I've worked with so many people across the globe who are building apps in their real world scenarios, and some of the interesting things I've seen them do and some of the struggles that we faced, and I'll kind of factor all of that in as I go and do my workshop with you guys. We will also look at the key places to store the data: SharePoint, SQL Online, on-prem, blob storage. I want to spend some time on responsive design, try to show you how you can build an app such as desktop, tablet, as well as the mobile ready over there. We'll be spending some time on the AI and machine learning as well, and then the Power BI integration. And on the flow side, we'll also spend some time on the flow pieces over here. And I've got some nice surprises for you when it comes on the flow, but I'll tell you that in a minute. In addition, here are some of the things that you guys need to know. One of them is we will not be providing a secondary monitor. So I highly recommend that if you are local, bring your own monitor. Local to the area, that is. I've also seen many of my students bring their own tablets, because basically when we provide a PDF file, you just want a secondary screen to kind of see your documentation. So that's the one thing over there. Highly recommend that whatever device you bring, your laptop, it needs to have either a Google Chrome or an IE Edge browser. The IE 11s and the Firefox or your MacBook's a browser over there, which is Safari, those do tend to have some problems. So I always recommend my students that you have at least these two, either Google Chrome or the IE Edge browser over there. In addition, you don't have to worry about having your own accounts or your own tenants, because I'll be providing you the accounts for that. So don't worry about it. You just come in with all these prerequisites, which is the monitor if you want one, or definitely a tablet, this browser in your laptop, but I'll be giving you the an account, so you can log in and basically do everything. Now this year we're going to have, since it's a 2-day conference as a workshop, I'm also having 2 really great gentlemen who will be helping proctors over here. Reza and Anton are going to be with me for the 2 days, and we're going to make sure that we're there with you. If you have any questions, we can spend some time with you, because I just don't want to be the one standing up over there or not have enough time for you. These 2 pals of mine are going to be there, and we'll be able to spend some time when you guys are working on the workshop content. If you have any questions, just raise your hand, and then either one of us will be there. In addition, I've got some really nice surprises for you. I will have the only John Levesque, who is the Microsoft Floor Senior Program Manager. He's actually going to spend some time with us on the day 2, and him and I will go over the whole flow piece together with you. He may have some great information to share with you. This would be a really good time for Q&A work as well. So we know for a fact that John's going to be there, but I wanted to put in that little extra surprise for you. So I'm not going to tell you who's there on the PowerApp side. Just know that there will be someone very special, very knowledgeable, a subject matter expert who will be on the PowerApp surprise. So if you're interested, definitely sign up for my workshop. So in addition to my 2-day workshop, I also have some sessions. So let's talk about that. The sessions over here I'll be doing. First one is the top 7 features every PowerApp user needs to know. That's on October 17th at 8 a.m. in the morning. Now about this, I'm not going to just talk about 7 controls or formulas, expressions, but the 7 features that you need to know on PowerApps. Now, definitely the controls and formulas are in the mix over there. But if you start looking into getting serious with PowerApps, these are the 7 things that you need to know. So I make sure that when you attended, well, first of all, make sure you attended. But the second thing is just keep in mind that I'm not focusing just on the components or on these controls, but the overall 7 things that you need to do. Another big incentive for you to attend is I'm going to give out some really nice prizes over here. And it's not just going to be one of these. I'm going to actually give out 2 of these over here. And you'll firsthand get to see how I do the auto raffle ticket solution that I've built. So I'm not going to give out tickets and tear and keep the half. No, we are going completely paperless over here. And you'll firsthand get to see me demonstrate that. The other session that I'm doing, which is my personal favorite, and that is the PowerApps Nailed It. And this is going to be so cool, right? Because as you can see over here, Charles and Sterling, they're going to go, head to head with Charles is going to go head to head against Shane, and then April and I are going to go head to head with each other. Now, there is some serious competition going on over here, right? Because these are some great people over there. I personally am really nervous to go against the April Dunham over here, but I think at the end of the day, it's not a competition. At the end of the day, it is the audience which is going to benefit from this. And what April and I are going to do is we're actually going to get somebody from the audience to go ahead and participate with us. So, we will work closely. April will work with somebody who she picks. I'll work with somebody who I'm going to pick. And then we're going to compete with each other. So if there are PowerApps, people who've been familiar with PowerApps in the audience, and if they're interested, hey, just go ahead and raise your hands, and then you can work closely with April and me, and we can have some fun rivalry with each other over there. So I highly recommend that on that Thursday, October 17th at 1:30 in the afternoon, attend our sessions so you can actually firsthand get involved over there. And yes, it is a fun competition, but at the end of the day, the audience is the winner, and we will have some great outcomes with that. Now, in addition to my sessions, there's a whole bunch of other things which I want to guys make sure that you're aware of it. So there are these other Power Platform sessions that I definitely want to call out. And these are all the subject matter experts that I closely work with, and I definitely want to call out their sessions. So Fausto, Shane, and April, these are the sessions that they are speaking over here. You see Fausto's, our subject matter expert on flow. He's going to talk about express yourselves. Shane has worked with so many apps over here. He's got his own PowerApps 911 company over there, and he does a lot of mentoring, proctoring, as well as building apps. He's got a good handle, and he's got a lot of experience. So in his session, which is learn what he has learned from building hundreds of PowerApps, he actually shares that knowledge and experience with you. Now, April is so elegant in when she comes to building her apps, and she's got some great tips over there. So definitely consider attending her sessions over there. And again, in the description down there, I've also put all this information. So I highly recommend that you consider attending their sessions over there and also following them on Twitter. So this is the first batch. The other ones I want to talk about is Geeta, Reza, and Samit. Now, Geeta will be talking about the PowerApps user role-based security. This is a great session to attend because it takes care of the security factor over there and something which is not available out of the box. Reza is going to talk about the Microsoft Flow and the introduction to Microsoft Flow. This is a really good level 100 type of session because he's got that beautiful style of taking what is new to you, but also making you so comfortable to start working on it. And really make you encourage you to start using it. And Samit, definitely his real world scenario session is so important for especially those who are at the managerial, architectural, the decision makers, right? When you see a real world example of how the Heathrow airport was able to leverage PowerApps, that would be a session for you to attend. And also those people who've not actually stepped into the PowerApps or the Power Platform world, Samit is such a good example that it doesn't take an expert to be PowerApps because you can literally become a 0 to expert in 1 week, and Samit is going to prove that to you. So I highly recommend attending this, not just his sessions, but all 3 of these sessions. And again, in the description, I'll have all this information available. Again, 2 of my other favorite, speakers, the Mariano and the Geoff, they're going to cover some really great topics over there. Mariano is going to do a great topic for all the people who still have some on-prem ERP systems available. How you can still go ahead and leverage that, because his topic is going to be extending your on-prem information into the PowerApps and the Flow system over there. Now, Geoff is going to talk about a really great topic because he's going to do it from the analytics executive overview and how BI and AI, the artificial intelligence, can be leveraged for business people as well. So, don't get confused that, this is AI, so it's a really technical system. No, he's going to break it down into what business people, everyday people like you and I, can actually leverage these things over there. And then for the other personal weight is the AI builder for adding AI to your PowerApps and Flow. 2 really great people are talking on this session. So Vivek, aka that API guy, and then Charles Sterling, they're going to combine forces and they're going to cover this topic over here. And I highly recommend that you attend their sessions. It's on Thursday, October 17th at 10:45 a.m. This is going to be a great session. I personally plan on attending it as well. Now, just like the Power Apps, we do the Power Apps nailed it, there is also the Flow or Flop. And there's some great people who are attending that. Obviously there is going to be John Levesque, the one, the only, the Microsoft Flow Senior Product Program Manager. But you also have these great panelists who are going to be available over there. There's Sharon, there's Fausto, and then there's Ed Gonzales over there. They're going to be on the panel, and they're going to talk about real world flow situations. This would be a good time for some Q&A as well. Highly recommend attending their session on that. So these are all the speakers that are going to be available, but I definitely don't want to pass on telling you that we all know that there's going to be an expo hall, but I highly recommend that at the expo hall you stop by these guys' booth over there. They are the PowerApps 911, and yes, they will be available at the expo hall over there. And this is their booth number 1007 or 1007. Stop by their booths over there. You will be surprised, because they'll be, depending on when you show up over there, you will also see subject matter experts like Shane over there. He might actually be available. You can ask him some questions, how PowerApps 911 can help you with your existing apps or new apps, or take your company's app power platform to the next level. Definitely stop by over there and talk to them, because that 5-10 minutes you spend with them is going to be so much worth it. So hopefully this 15-minute video or 16-minute video was helpful. I personally am looking forward to seeing you guys at the Power Platform Summit over there. Think about signing up for my workshop. Think about signing up for my sessions over there. Definitely consider signing up for all the other places that I recommend. And I hope to see you over there.